we were talking about this a little bit before the show, but the idea that everything is just hunky dory and we're going to have midterms in 2 years and how will Trump reign? It's nothing is the same. And to treat it the same is a madness. And even I don't think Kamala should have called that motherfucker and congratulated him. Fuck him. He's a Nazi. You don't congratulate Nazis. And I get why she didn't, and I probably would have too if I were her. But in principle, it sends the message that this is normal and it's not normal. And Merrick Garland is the fucking patron saint of this bullshit of institutional crap, uber alles, right? If we're supposed to slip into the German now, it's just all, I mean, the news story is that they're planning how to roll down the FBI cases that Jack Smith is doing because they can't investigate or indict a sitting president, which is a fucking memo someone wrote in 1970. It was like Nixon's little lapdog. Like
they can't. You're right. They can. All of these things. There's the leadership choosing not to do it.
Yeah, it's so craven.
Yeah.
And you sent me the tweet about that. I forget who it was saying that he's like Neville Chamberlain. Which is an insult to Neville Chamberlain. Neville Chamberlain was trying to avert war. He didn't want to have another war because they had fought World War I, and he was trying to do everything he possibly could to avoid that, which is a noble thing to try to do. It didn't work, but he had a very good reason for what he was trying to do. He was trying to save lives. Merrick Garland is trying to, I don't know, save the fucking brass nameplate on his desk. I guess.
I don't know really, because it's right. Donald Trump put it in black and white. We're going to get rid of and he's been saying it, we're going to get rid of the DOJ. We're going to turn it into something different.
Well,
so there's nothing to preserve there if you don't go after him. That's been the upside down world of that. It's like, if you have to prosecute him, and swiftly, because anything less than that is actually going to destroy justice. It's not going to protect the department. It's not going to, that's all been a bunch of bullshit. And you and I called that out as bullshit on day one. And there was a lot of shouting us and others down by these Merrick Garland defenders. And I just can't defend them. I mean, I think it's a lower tier of the fuck you, we warned you. But it's also not about being right and stomping around and saying, we told you.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
It just doesn't matter. And it's also doesn't feel right, It doesn't feel right. It's not in the focus zone. It's not.
Now, speaking of attorney generals, Tish James, who, as you know, is my favorite politician, and who is our attorney general here in the great state of New York, and Governor Hochul gave a press conference today where, you could tell she was not happy with the election, because she said something, Tish did something like, I'd like to, she was not happy to say it. I'd like to congratulate Donald Trump. And she was like almost clenching her teeth. And then she was like, and I'd like to work with the administration, but, and then she kind of went into all these things that they were going to push back against. And she said, we knew about Project 2025 before it was even called that. We've been working on it for months and months. We know what they're going to try to do. We have defenses in place. New York is going to protect you from all this shit, she said. She said, this is not the time to be fearful, New York. This is the time to be faithful. And Merrick Garland never once in 4 years said something like that.